was on Facebook and this video popped up as it always does. And normally, I see cats and kittens and all types of stuff, but this video was really, really fascinating. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you the video. Essentially, the video had, it was people they were doing mundane things that everybody would just go, nah, this is what I have to do. I'm just going to do the least possible. But they were doing it at a really exceptionally high standard. And it was just amazing, the feats of wizardry and thinking and thought and mastery that had to go into it. This really cemented for me, how do you become more valuable and worth more in the marketplace? Then you need to do two things. The number one thing is you need to master your craft. You need to master your role. You need to master your position. It doesn't matter if you're making a sandwich at Subway. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO. It doesn't matter if you're a manager. It doesn't matter if you're on an assembly line. It doesn't matter if you're laying bricks. You need to become a master at what you do. Because as soon as you do, and obviously that's not going to happen straight away. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment. They say it takes 10,000 hours to be a true master, the top 1% of your field. Maybe you don't need to do that in everything, but you definitely need to work on your craft. If you master your role to be the best that you can be in your company at that particular role, you will immediately be worth more, okay? A lot of people are trying to do the minimum. And when you're doing the minimum that is expected of you so you can get a paycheck, you will never be worth more than the minimum the employee can get away with paying you. But as soon as you become a master, heads will turn, your boss will look at what you do and just go, I have to pay this person more. Otherwise, somebody else will have them. So the first one is about mastery. Yeah, it's mastering your craft. Now, here's the next level from mastery. Okay, it's leadership. You need to become the leader in your role and the leader in your company. Now, there's actually two types of leadership. There's habitual leadership and there's situational leadership. Okay. So the first type of leadership, habitual, is like almost like a natural leader. They just take charge. They're the person who starts a soccer game in the schoolyard. They're the person who puts up their hand and just takes charge and is barking orders. And they usually have a position of leadership. That's about 10% of the world's population. Like what would you class as red-colored people? They're just type A personalities. The next type of leadership is situational leadership, which is what the other 80%. The problem is most people think that unless you're a type A personality, you were just a born leader, then you can't be a leader. But that's not true. In every facet of life, you can be just a normal person. But if you are a master at your field, there will be times when you become the leader. There could be a CEO and then there could be a technician, right? The CEO is obviously the big leader. But if you had a problem with your computer, you will think of who's the master, who's the leader in this person, and you will go to that, and they will be the person you will go to in terms of leadership for fixing up your computer. I want you to know that no matter what position you are in, you can become the leader of it. And all you have to do is know what you stand for, what you're a master at, what you are exceptional at. And then when that time comes, step into your greatness, step into your leadership, situational leadership role, and just nail it. Absolutely nail it. Okay? You can be totally unknown, but when it comes to your role as, giving somebody gets into an accident, they pass out, become a leader in that moment by giving them the CPR and resuscitate them. You can be a normal person, but when someone needs help with counseling, become a leader in that. You could be a normal person, they might not know a lot about video marketing, and so be the leader in that. That's how you can become more valuable in the marketplace. So I hope those two tips in terms of becoming a leader and mastery have helped you. And in my next video, I'm actually going to be showing you how to become indispensable. Okay, how to become indispensable. That's my next final video. But if you like this video, like, share, comment below. I'd love to hear about what value you're getting out of these videos. So tell me, what are you committed to becoming a leader in? What do you become?
I want you to develop a different mindset. I want you to go against the tide of the 21st century and develop mastery. I wrote a book. It came out, I think, 10 years ago now, maybe 9 years ago, called Mastery. It is my 5th book, and it's a very, very important book, and I'm going to summarize it for you. I'll just say first that the reason it's so important is a lot of people nowadays are very undisciplined. They think because of their phones and because of technology, they can get whatever they want just by clicking, just by pointing their finger. And it kind of carries over into all aspects of life. And I want you to develop a different mindset. I want you to go against the tide of the 21st century and develop mastery. So how do you do it? There are 6 steps that I lay out in the book. The first step is by far the most important. And it's not by far the most important in the book, the most important thing in your life. You master this first chapter and everything else will fall into place. It's discover your life's task. Discover what makes you unique. Discover what you were meant to accomplish in life, right? Your calling. What that means is when you were very young, you were a unique person. Your DNA, your experiences in life mark you out as like nobody else that has ever existed in the past or will ever exist in the future. You are one of a kind. You were meant to do something in life that reflects that uniqueness, whether it's in sports, whether it's in music or the arts, whether it's in science and mathematics, whether it's in social and working with other people, whether it's in an engineering sense, kind of abstract reasoning. You have a power, a superpower. It was given to you, a seed that was planted at your birth. And if you know what that uniqueness is, if you're able to hone in on it, now when you're 20 years old and you enter the work world, you have a sense of direction. I love physical things. I'm born for athletics, for sports. All right, now you can follow that path. And then eventually in your career, you'll turn that into something larger. Or for me, it was writing, etc. I experimented. I tried different forms of writing. But knowing that that was my life's purpose gave me an incredible sense of direction. In my book, Master, I give you all kinds of tips for discovering it. It's a voice inside of you that you're not listening to, but that you can rediscover. Once you find your life's task, you then enter in the second phase, which is the apprenticeship phase, which is the most important in a way. I mean, the first one is the key. The second one is the most kind of critical for your progress. It's the period in your 20s when you're learning various skills. You want to value learning over money. What matters to you is learning as much as you can about the field that excites you, developing skills that you can combine later on when you turn 30, 32 into something unique and powerful, a business, a startup, a book, any kind of career in science or whatever, right? You need to be developing skills and taking it very seriously, gaining the discipline that will carry you through life. And just think of your 20s as an apprenticeship phase that you have to go through, just like it did in the Middle Ages, like 7, 8 years of working diligently. And if it's something that you love, it's exciting. The third thing is actually a part of the apprenticeship phase, and it's what I call working with a mentor. So there are no shortcuts to mastery. There are no hacks. There are no way to cut it down from 10 years of hard work to 2 years. But having a good mentor is the only conceivable shortcut. Finding somebody who has experience, who's made mistakes, who can teach you, guide you, who can say, this is good, this is bad, can help you avoid wasting a lot of time and really give you the focus that is necessary. And in Mastery, I give you clues for finding the perfect mentor. It's generally someone that you connect with emotionally. It's like your second parent, but it can be a very valuable relationship. The fourth step is what I call social intelligence. And what I mean by that is you could be so brilliant at what you do. You could have all the skill in the world. You could be technically proficient. You can know coding left, right, and center better than anyone else. But if you're not good with people, it won't matter at all, right? You'll be making mistakes. You'll be offending people. And every time you advance through your brilliant ideas, you'll fall back because you'll say something stupid. You'll do something bad. And we're a social animal. So this chapter, this part is about developing it like you develop skills in the apprenticeship phase. Your social intelligence is a skill you must develop. And I explain how you need to be empathetic, how you need to be more attentive to other people. If you are socially intelligent and you have skill, the world is your oyster. You will open up, and that opens up to the fifth step in the way, which is unlocking your creativity. Once you have learned all the heuristics, all of the skills you need to learn in your particular field, and you're socially aware, you've worked with a mentor, now you're able to take all of those ideas and make something original and creative. Take that energy and do something that no one else has done before. And a lot of people don't do that. They're afraid now. They've learned all the skills, all the things they need to know. But to take that next step and do something different, start their own business, write something new that's never been written before, create an organization that's never been done before, they're afraid of that. They're locked in that apprenticeship phase. They don't want to leave it. They want to stay with the corporation and do what you want. Creativity means I'm going to take all those skills and I'm going to be bold and I'm going to do something new and different. And if you follow the path that I lay out in the first 4 chapters, your mind will start opening up and things will come to you. And I have many stories in there of the beautiful things that happen to people once they enter that realm of starting to be creative with all the major things that they've learned in life. If you take that far enough, if you keep going farther and farther into the creative process, always learning, always being flexible, you will arrive at the ultimate, the 6th step, which is mastery, which I call fusing the intuitive with the rational. You have so much skill, you have so much experience, you no longer have to think. You have a feel for what comes next. You have an intuition. Ideas come to you out of nowhere. If you're playing chess, you see 40 moves in advance in like a flash of a second. If you're playing the piano, you no longer have to worry about your fingers. You're just automatically doing it. Your mind is elsewhere. It's in the flow, right? If you're a scientist, discoveries will suddenly come to you. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It's a sublime feeling. And I give stories in there. Many of us may never reach that level. I know I've had flashes of it, but I'm not considering myself I've attained that level of mastery. But it's an amazing feeling. And I want to inspire each and every one of you to reach that level of mastery by going through those 6 steps, by being patient and disciplined, by being creative and independent, and then finally following to the end where ideas come to you and you are the master of your field. And so I think the book is designed to lead you and seduce you into following this process. And that is mastery for you.
What's up, brand builders? Stephen Horahan here at brandmasteracademy.com. And in this video, you're going to learn about personal branding and personal brand strategy so you can manage the perceptions that is your personal brand and develop an asset that will open doors for years to come. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands through strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then you're in the right.
Hello, everyone. We've started. I actually started unconsciously. There were some videos I was supposed to play before my presentation, which was on mastery. Please pay attention. There's some questions asked by Samuel last time. They were actually contained in some of this video. We'll share them later, but please, like I said, I want everybody to pay attention. In all the other countries, Cote d'Ivoire, your video is always off. Your video is always off. Is it deliberate or that's partial? Because you are supposed to be going for Country of the Year award. Like what I see now, you people are not as strong as you were yesterday. But I can see South Africa, the three of them or four of them are always there. So, and Burkina Faso, they're always there. So, and Benin. So, Country of the Year award, we go to those who have paid more attention throughout. You are very scanty right now in Cote d'Ivoire. And I think, I don't know, you people are not interested in getting the award. All right. Where are all the other countries? Let me just put on the screen, master screen here. I want to see, put the various countries for me. I want to see Burkina Faso. Before I play the video. And then those in the rooms, please, where is the blessing? Let me call the people. Just knock in the men's, knock all those places. Yeah, okay. Benin, Togo, okay. South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. There are very few. There are more than this yesterday. Some streets are empty. They've been empty since yesterday. Where is blessing? They has gone to a place to eat. No, not the blessing here. Okay. Then Guinea Conakry. I'm not seeing Bella. It's only you I'm seeing. Where are your? I know Jane went for exam, but where's Bella? Where is? You are not in the office. Where are you?
My camera is not recording.
Are you in the office?
No.
That's not good. I said everybody must be together. We're supposed to be in the office. Supposed to be in the office. You are not to join from houses, because if you join from your house, even South Africa that should join from home, they are in the office. So when I give instruction, you people need to follow. Like now, so you need to be in the office. You should have been there, and goodness, should have passed my message around to everybody. They need to be in the office. Guinea didn't do that last year, and you can see what happened to Guinea this year. You see, there's a culture you have had in Guinea which is not good. A culture of excellence is lacking in Guinea. A culture of cohesion and working together the way it ought to is lacking in Guinea. Guinea needs to a total overhaul. It needs to keep with the culture. It's compulsory. I can't give an instruction that you do something else different. You were supposed, Bella, you were supposed to be in the office along with goodness, and it's only permitted to go and do his exams. Where is
yesterday, before yesterday, that I cannot be in the office in the morning because I have things to do here, and I return from home when I finish doing it.
When I give an instruction for boot week, there's no other instruction. It means you are not obedient to the MD's instruction. Bella, I will not take it from you. The HR will issue you a query in that respect. You should not have done that. No matter what, my word is final. My word is final. Bella, you hear me? I don't want to rebuke you publicly, but you are making me do that. Don't answer. Don't answer, because I'm already upset. Last year, you people didn't do that. And then we're overhauling all the countries. You will not walk the way you want. You walk the way I want. Do you understand me, Bella? You will not walk the way you want. You walk the way we dictate, and that is the walk. It is not if you like. That culture is not good. It's not an appeal. It's a command. It's an instruction. Do you understand me? You should have been in the office. They will issue a query for not being in the office, and you will follow with a warning. You should not have done that, and next time don't do it. And it's the same thing going to everybody. Please, this year is a different one. We give an instruction, you obey it. You obey it. There's a culture of excellence we want to build, and that also means discipline, following instruction, following protocols, doing what you are supposed to do, paying the sacrifice. No matter what, if you cannot pay the sacrifice, that means that you are not working towards excellence. You to walk the way you like. It will not be acceptable. It is not right. Okay. There's South Africa. You can see they are there. They stay in far places in a much more difficult terrain. And then, but they're in the office. You can see those women there. They stay in there. They have a lot they are managing, but they are in the office. They are small children, but they are in the office. The other young man comes from very far place, but he's in the office. That's it. That's the culture of excellence. And that's what we are looking for. Okay? So everybody that is supposed to be here, you'll be here. I want to play the video. Then from there, we'll do personal branding before I move on to the Excel. I don't want to come back to do Excel. Personal branding as we have arranged. So we're changing the shift in the program. So please pay attention and take all the notes that you need to pay. All right. Togo, I didn't see you. Togo, you showed Togo just now. Where's Togo? Togo will also ask to be in the office. I hope the two of them are there. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they were even asked to camp. And she stayed over. How she did?
Yes.
Good. I
Yes,
asked,
sir.
all the countries were supposed to camp. It's only South Africa that are permitted not to camp. And they did well. They've been there since morning. So because our office in South Africa is in an office complex where everybody must shut down and leave. It's our own property, but it's in an office complex. But they are there this morning. They've been there, and they are 1 hour. They are 2 hours ahead of the Francophone countries and 1 hour ahead of Nigeria. So I commend all the countries that have obeyed what I said. And goodness, those are the discipline you need to ensure is done there. What's his man name that's wearing Better? Where is he? Is in the office there?
Yes, sir.
But why is your video not on? I need your video on. You cannot be online, and then the video is not there.
The video camera is not good.
Okay, no problem. All right. But yesterday we saw you now in your hood.
I was connected with my phone.
All right. Okay. Okay. So it's only Bella that didn't obey, that's not in the office. That's not good. She will also be given appropriate sanction accordingly. So listen to the presentation. All right.
Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands through strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be well on your way. Now, the old saying goes, brand or be branded. And your personal brand is actually an asset that you can develop. Now, whether you know it or not, whether you realize it or not, you actually have a personal brand at the moment. So with your friends, you have a brand. With your acquaintances, you have a brand. Maybe even with your exes, you have a brand. But essentially, your brand is your reputation. So if you understand that your brand is your reputation and you know that that is a reputation that you can manage, well, then when it comes to your personal brand, you can actually develop an asset that will facilitate your success for years to come. So in this video, I'm going to give you an 8-step process that you can use to build your personal brand that can shape perceptions and open some doors. Step number 1, determine your goals. Now, this is going to be different for everybody. Maybe you're in your 40s and you've developed a business brand and you want a personal brand to help you build that business brand. Or maybe you're in your early 20s and you're starting out in your career and you want to build a personal brand that can help you open doors in your 20s, in your 30s, and later on in your 40s. It really depends on the individual. But for you yourself, you need to know what your goals are. What is it that you're trying to achieve? When are you trying to achieve it by? If you have clarity in the goals that you want to achieve, well, then that will facilitate how you develop your brand. Now, the beauty about a personal brand is that your goals can change. Anything that you decide that you want to achieve now can change. You might achieve your goals in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, and then pivot and decide that you want to do something different. That is the beauty of a personal brand. It is flexible, but it is really important that you have some goals starting out so you have that clarity in direction. Step number 2, uncover your audience. Now, you do this in a very similar way to the way you would uncover your audience for a business brand, but it's a little bit different with your personal brand. You're not necessarily uncovering who your audience is for a product or a service. What you're trying to do is you're trying to determine exactly who you want to help. Who is it that you want to add value to? What are those people's lives like, and what problems do they have? If you understand what your goals are and why you want to build a personal brand, then that will help you to uncover who it is that you're trying to help, who it is that you're trying to add value to. Step number 3, analyze your peers. Now, in business branding, this section is all about analyzing who your competitors are. These are your direct competitors, your indirect competitors, those who would take your would-be customers away from you. But when it comes to personal branding, you need to look at this differently. These are your peers. Now, these people might already be helping the people that you want to help, but that doesn't mean that they are your direct competitors or your indirect competitors. When it comes to building a personal brand, it's all about relationships. And if you're able to build relationships with those would-be peers who would otherwise be seen as your competitors, then that can facilitate the growth of your own brand. So the advantage here is that you're building relationships, you're extending your network, and that association with these other influencers, with these other people who are helping those who you want to help is good for your brand. It elevates your brand. It elevates your personal brand profile. Step number 4, define your difference. Now, within business branding, your differentiation strategy is the reason that you would give your audience to choose your brand over your competitor's brand. But again, when it comes to personal branding, it's a little bit different. Your differentiation strategy is all about why your audience would listen to you. That doesn't mean that they need to listen to you instead of other people. It's just giving them a reason that they would listen to you. And this is all about how you deliver your content. What is your unique perspective, your unique personality, your unique voice? And this is your differentiation strategy as a personal brand, your unique voice. How is it that you deliver content? How you deliver your unique perspective? If you just go out there and blurt out the same thing that everybody else is blurting out, then there's nothing unique about you. And you really need to take the time with this. When you define a differentiation strategy for a business brand, you find something that is unique and you go out and develop your message around that unique point. But when it comes to defining your own differentiation strategy as a personal brand, that takes a little bit of work. You really need to work on yourself. You need to find your own perspective. You need to find your own personal opinion within your marketplace, and you need to develop your personality. You need to take time to develop out that personality and be confident being you. So this step is all about defining why your audience would listen to you. And that is all about finding your unique voice and your unique perspective. Step number 5, identify attributes and lean in. Now, when it comes to business branding, personality is big and it's becoming even bigger. And there's a reason for this. And that is the understanding now from business brands that people do business with people. They relate to other people through human characteristics, and they relate to brands now through human characteristics. Consumers are demanding more from brands to speak to them like a human. So that's why you're seeing business brands now evolve into these brand personas and human entities. But when it comes to your own personal brand, your brand personality is not something that you create out of thin air. You're not trying to create something that's not there, because that's inauthentic, and you really don't want to be inauthentic today. People can spot BS a mile away, so you really need to work on being yourself. So this really is about developing out your own personality and really taking the time to be more comfortable with who you are and the attributes that you have. So you need to define the attributes that you see within yourself that will appeal to who you're trying to help, and then lean into those attributes and develop those attributes out and be more comfortable delivering those attributes. Step number 6, work towards being your most authentic self. Now, this is a big one. Brand personality and brand authenticity is becoming more and more important because we don't like phonies and fakes and people who put on a facade. We don't like it on a day-to-day basis with the people that we meet, and we don't like it within business or within brands either. We relate to people and we gravitate towards people who are themselves, who really show themselves and show their true authentic side. So if you're able to show that you're a real person, then you will be more relatable. People will gravitate towards you more. Now, this again takes a little bit of work. Like everything in personal branding, it takes a bit of work being more comfortable with who you are, because it's yourself that you need to give to other people. You're not trying to create something that's not there. You're really trying to be more comfortable with who you are and then delivering that in an authentic way. So as I said, this does take a little bit of time, and you give more and more of yourself over time. You don't just go and give 100% of yourself straight away. So even today, if you think about it, if you have a boss, you will be maybe 60 to 70% authentic with your boss. But when it comes to your best friend, maybe you're 99% authentic. So there is a level of authenticity, and you need to find the right balance for you. And that's only going to come with time. You're going to start off with a lower percentage of authenticity. The more confidence and conviction you build, the more that will start to clock up. And you need to find a balance of where the right level of authenticity is for your personal brand, so your audience can feel who you are and they can relate to who you are. Step number 7, give value. So this step, as I said, it's all about giving value. So forget here about sales techniques and marketing funnels and calls to action. Gary Vee wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And that's about the idea that you give, and then you ask. But this step is all about giving. It's not about asking. It's not about calls to action. It's not about saying, hey, DM me for this. If you want to build your personal brand, then you will do that by people seeing you being valuable. So go into your marketplace, go onto social media, go onto those groups where these people that you've identified are that you want to help, and start giving value. Start helping them. Comment on their posts, tell them how you can help them, give them strategies of what they can use, and really go out there and give your experience and give value. So this step is really all about those jabs. It's all about jab, 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 jab. Forget about the right hook, forget about the ask, forget about the DM, just go out and help people. So deliver value, comment, like, share, and give value as well through articles, through videos, through social media posts, interesting carousels. Really take the time to understand what it is that these people that you want to help need, understand their problems, and go out and help them with those problems. And step number 8, collaborate with your peers. Now, this is truly unique to the personal branding side of things. You're not doing this on the business brand side of things. You don't take a list of your competitors and then start reaching out to the CEOs and developing those relationships. At least on a general basis, that's not what happens. But when it comes to personal brands, that is exactly what you want to do. You want to take a list of all of those people and start getting to know them. Now, this does not mean you take a list of those people and you start cold emailing them and reaching out and saying, do you want to be friends or do you want to collaborate? No, this is all about identifying who they are, identifying their social channels, and looking for their content, commenting, liking, sharing their content. And over time, what will happen is they will see your name time and again. They might even start to engage with you on the comments on their posts, and they will start to feel like they know who you are. Now, they might not have ever met you, but when your name comes up, they will know who you are. You will start to build that reputation. And as I said, your reputation is your brand. So take the time to develop out these individual relationships. And when the time comes for an opportunity to collaborate, you won't be a cold lead. You won't be a cold person. They won't be seeing you for the first time. They'll feel that they know who you are, and they'll feel that element of trust, and they will be far more likely to do business with you. Now, the best time to start a personal brand was last year. The second best time to start a personal brand is right now. And if you are thinking about starting a personal brand, if you are thinking about building a personal brand for yourself, then know this: your personal brand already exists. It's a question of whether or not you're going to take the time to develop it and nurture it into an asset that's valuable. So if you are, well, then follow these 8 steps. Really take the time to identify what it is that you want to achieve, who it is that you want to help, how you're going to be different, how you're going to engage, and how you're going to go out there and create value. Strategic approach. Your experiences when it comes to personal branding. Have you taken the time to
using just a minute. Okay, I'm using the name of your internet is what? I'm not seeing it anymore. I'm not seeing it. That means it's the Airtel that is there. Okay, let me leave this on my MTN. We'll continue to use this. Okay, hello. There are two videos, but because of time, I'm going to only play one. Then I'll just share a slide. I think that's what I will need to do now. Okay. Personal branding. You can even see how it looks like. The colorful. I purposely had to look for something that was different from what we've been. Okay. The topic is not an exhaustive one. It's just an introduction because there was something I found unique. Actually, I was watching a program on channels, and it was one of the parts of the program, and it was on personal branding. And what were they talking about? Caught my attention, and that is what. Why is there feedback? Is anybody joining with the sound? Who? Here? Okay. Please. Okay, maybe I need to mute them. Hello? Okay, it's off now. Personal branding. Like I said, the thing caught my attention because I never saw it that way. And when I saw the light, I said, okay, that's something that you all need to know. I'm talking now. Do you know that you are a brand? I'm a brand. When you type Joseph Usazua on the internet, what does it pop up? Something will come out. When my name is mentioned in some circles, there's something that comes up. When your name is mentioned in this place, what pops up? If I say Zibai, what is it known for? Let me go talk about two outside. When you mention Okonjo Iweala, I mean, if you know Okonjo Iweala, for those outside the country, you should know because the woman is internationally recognized. She's actually the World Bank president. Abi? World Trade. She's what? WTO, World Trade Center, MD or president. President. That's the top, trade something for all nations in the world. A woman, a Nigerian woman from Delta. I know why I said that so that some of you think that you are insignificant, you can't rise. That's right. Or you are a woman, so you are disadvantaged. No. Okay, but that's not where I'm going. She represents finance. She represents, when you're looking for a world-class economics who can manage all your portfolios. When Jonathan administration were looking for, they went to get her from World Bank. Top class. Not tall. Obasanjo got her, but Jonathan took her after. Yes. What is she known for? She's known for something. There's another lady. Richard Eleman. Richard Mofedamijo. RMD. What is he known for when they mention his name? Once you call, I should have asked you to select their picture. Maybe they will show you so that we help people outside. Don't say to. Don't say. Thou shalt not touch. Once you put the RMD out, you just know that this is entertainment, world-class actor, Nigerian actor. When you mention Michael Jackson, what does he represent? He's known pop of. Okay. There's this lady that she writes books a lot. She's an Igbo lady. What's her name? Chimamanda. Of recent, she now added one name to her name. She said, what's she known for? Yes, she now added the Ngozi to it. Yes, she's known as what? No, forget that one. That one is, I don't know what happened. Somebody tried to hack my profile. But if you go on LinkedIn, my profile comes out. I saw it one day. That guy were in the Redeem Kinaland. So I don't know how somebody. I don't know how they put this picture. Where my people should. I need to have people managing my image now. I should actually go and Google it and report it. Okay. Now, but if you go to LinkedIn, if you go on Google itself, actually, it will give you so many. When you check, there's a profile that will show a visionary, entrepreneur, picture you. Yeah. But let's I'm trying to explain something to you. You are a brand. I want everybody to see yourself. You're not just a non-entity. You are a brand. That should make you carry yourself differently. You are a brand. ROGS is a brand. ROGS Côte d'Ivoire is a brand. You are a brand. You are a brand. You have it. You have it. That's just all I want to tell you. It's an introduction, like I said. We'll dwell more on it. You are a brand. You are a brand and a brand has an identity, an image, attributes, things said about you. When something is mentioned about Daniel, what does it say? What are you known for? Overview. Personal branding is a strategic process aimed at creating, positioning, and maintaining a positive public perception of oneself by leveraging unique individual characteristics and presenting a differentiated narrative to a target audience. Write it. Because I won't share it to everybody. I'm still developing it. It's just 5 slides. That's why I'm still developing it. Because I won't share it. It's a strategic process. Personal branding is a strategic, so you must brand yourself. The work you do every day is branding you. Let me tell you, that I've jumped into it. What you do every day brands you. How you dress every day brands you. How you talk every day brands you. It's a strategic process aimed at creating, positioning, and maintaining a positive public perception of oneself. What is the public perception of ROGS? with our clients, what is the public perception of ROGS to Huawei? Sorry, I'm going to go spiritual. They say when you want to make somebody a bishop, he said he must have good reputation of people outside. Must have good reputation. What is the public perception of you? That's why you can't just live anyhow, talk anyhow, behave anyhow, because you have an image to protect. You can't dress anyhow. You have an image to protect. You are projecting something. You are projecting something. When you walk into a space, how do people see you? As I tell people, don't come to the office with the slippers. Don't come dressed haphazard like a tout. Don't even talk and behave like one. See those people now sitting at the back, they are sleeping. One has infested the other with the angel of sleep. You are creating and positioning and maintaining. You create, you are positioning. Some of you post things about yourself on social media. But fine. But is that the image you are really passing? No. Personal branding. It's not only social media you post to yourself. The way you walk and do things in your environment is positioning yourself. And maintaining a positive, it must be a positive image. Actually, this is where all the managers need to come in. We need to do something this year about our brand, the ROGS brand. You need to position a positive image. General manager, they even put your feet to sit side by side. But are you positioning ROGS? How are two of you positioning ROGS? The first general managers, okay, no, we had one before, but that was when we were small. But now the international acclaimed general managers. Can you take them picture for me? I didn't know they positioned them together. You planned it. You unconsciously just. I didn't know they just made two of them to sit side by side. General man, they're followed by the project director. These are the chairman managing directors of ROGS. Why the couple Michael to sit down with them as the PA to them, Abby? Followed by the man that is carrying the treasury. I made a mistake. I was to send him some money. He now told me, say, it was supposed to be a T1,000. I sent him million. He said, sure. I said, when did I do it? If that's some people, they'll carry around. I was to send him 400K. I sent him for him. For office expenses. I didn't even know. Even as some of you say hallelujah. Thank you, sir. Have you taken any picture? I'm waiting for you. You are doing like it must be fine. I want to brand it and put it in my office. 1, 2, 3. You can add the Kazim to it. You can tell the man on black. You can call him off later during Photoshop. He wants to dress well. Wait. Kazim wants to dress very well. He wants to wear. Hey. Yes, personal branding. It's not, you see, I probably, about this dress, I bought when I was in Abidjan. I said, well, I'm going to wear them during bootcamp. I was branding what I would wear. I wore one yesterday. I wore one today. Like an Abidjan, like an Ivorian. This is their dress. I told myself I'm going to dress. I can't be giving out safe and then wear Nigerian clothes. But these Abidjan people shame me this afternoon, today. They didn't. I can't see that they are not full. They are supposed to be there. I was so happy about them yesterday. when I saw the room jam, but by today, they love their steam. Anyway, personal brand is a strategic process aimed at creating, positioning, and maintaining a positive public perception of who? Yourself. Of yourself. Of yourself. So you are the one responsible for it. While the people view you, you are responsible for it. Blessing. Abidjan. How people view you, you are responsible for it. Uyi. How people view Rutotech, South Africa, you are responsible for it. Sina. Maggie. How people view Rutotech, South Africa, you are responsible for it. Goodness. How people view RGS Conakry, you are responsible for it. My people in NOC have taken the challenge. Anytime they say, "Sir, don't come," we are able to handle it. And so, is that there will always be challenges, but you are ready to handle it. Let me not dive to another thing. Let's maintaining a positive public perception of oneself by what? Leveraging unique individual characteristics and presenting a differentiated narrative to a target audience. I'm going to dissect that later. That's why I'm just talking about it. You leverage on unique individual characteristics. We all have individual character we have brought together. We have to leverage on it. Leveraging on it. Drawing our strengths. Leveraging on it. And presenting a differentiated narrative to a target. There is a narrative we want to present out there. This year, we must rebrand ROGS. Did you hear me? Managers. You good? They put you for proper seat. We must rebrand how they see us, how our clients see us. Personal branding is a process of defining and promoting what you stand for as an individual. What do you stand for? What you stand for. You want to define it. You want to promote it. What you stand for as an individual. Your personal brand is a combination of the experiences, skills. That's why I've been talking about mastering skills and values that differentiate you. What skills do we possess? What skills have we amassed we want to put, It's a personal brand. Emeka, what's your personal brand? So, and all the personal brand of all of us combined together is what make ROGS. All of us. All of us. Oh. I told you, I noticed that there's a skill that is lacking in us. That's why I told Tolaya, focus on that. We'll develop it. There are these people among us that can teach it. Fine. The other skills, though, the other skills, like now media. We need to set up proper media. Thank God, they are here now. What are the 7 pillars of personal branding? Oh, Lord. Okay. Your personal brand is a culmination, summation, addition, the capping of it, of all the experiences, skills, and values. Skills, then the value you bring. What value do we bring? We must bring value. What do you bring to the table? What do you bring that brings money into ROGS? What do you bring that support and build the place? What is it that we all do that makes this place to go forward? What value? You bring value. There's a value. You are of value. You bring something. Let me deviate. They ask some ladies, say, what do you bring to the table? Some women say, I bring my breast. Some women say, I bring my bumper. So some people went to take injection to make it big. Oh, sorry, I deviated. I'm sorry. I don't. What does the man bring? No, they say I bring muscle. But that's not what we are talking about here. Value is the creative thing. You must bring value. Value to a place. When you are not there, the whole place should be shaking. If If you go on leave, an ROGS, will you be shaking? They want to go on leave. Say, you can't go. Cassie want to go on leave. But I can only give you 2 days. It means you are of value. If you can go on leave and I just excuse you and leave you, it means I not talk. If you are not in the office for 1 week, I will not miss you. Value bread. There's a bread they used to call value bread. Value. Can I move to the next screen? I'm just trying to stop the screen. Okay. So the 7 pillars, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm just 7 pillars of branding. Purpose, there must be a purpose. When the purpose of a thing, everyone has a purpose. There's a purpose why you are here. There's a purpose we all come to draw. You see, you are something you want. Hey, my young people just joined us. There's a purpose why you are here. There was a vacuum you came to fill. There's a vacuum you came to fill. Goodness moved to Conakry because it's there to fill a vacuum. There's a vacuum. Whether you are the only son of God. There's a vacuum you are there to fill. Take charge. Take charge. Take charge. Some of you get to a place, but you just don't. Samuel was at a point, they were complaining. I mean, someone was covering. Now Samuel is, oh God, Samuel is everywhere. When I was doing I was checking his appraiser. I said, bring his appraiser, we must reappraise it again. Because the Samuel of October is not the Samuel of December. It was Samuel that was holding the book, always wanting to write. But now Samuel of action. Oh, there's a value, there's a purpose. There's a value, there's a purpose. There's a value, there's a purpose. The purpose, when you fulfill the purpose, it brings the value. Okay? All right. I said I won't talk, but I'm now doing clarity. Clarity. Let me run through. Strength. Energy. You see my baby? Energy. Energy. You see somebody who is really everywhere. Is everywhere. Where is Donald? Where is Donald? Where is Donald? He went to pump water. In the night, you see Donald is everywhere in the compound. You just say, Donald is passing. That young man, energy. It's everywhere. Energy, legacy. Legacy. Akiola, what's legacy? What the elderly ones are the ones who live it. Is the goodwill, the footprint. What do you leave behind when you have left the place? You see me talking about, okay, with Guinea now. I talk about him and his wife, what they did, how they did, and whatever it is. What will you be remembered for? Great. What legacy? See, you are passing through here. Some of you, yes, you might be here for years. You might even retire here. But some of you might be passing through, When you talk about Tayo today in UK, you remember her for things. What will you be remembered for? What legacy? What goodwill? Then an ownership. Oh, sorry. Ownership. Ownership is you own it. You don't. Some people when they're always talking about a place, they talk as if they are not part of it. You understand me? As if they are not part of ROGS. You see them, they're always doing this. Are you not ROGS? What they're always doing here, you are a part of it. You take ownership of what needs to be done. You can't be passing the place and see maybe some things that needed to be done. You not be my own, then you pass. No. Rachel was actually, it was when Rachel came on board, I'm getting people for surveillance. Okay. Then later on, we needed to set up. She was not part of the billing team. She was actually a part of. I moved her from surveillance to internal control. The first person, I just felt I needed to have people having checking, because was Kodowa, I was leaving Kodowa that day. And I just felt people need to be checking these people to ensure that. And the first time actually she entered the desk, you know, just she saw people say, this figure, sir, this figure is not this figure, this figure is not this one. This person are taking this money. Katakata boss. Yeah, taking some money, adding some things, and and then, but they fought her back. When they fought her, she just entered. But she now moved to. She started controlling the country where they don't fight her. Anyway, that's not where we are going. But where I'm going is that when she saw a need in billing, these guys were owing us a lot of money. She just entered it, and today she's chairman managing director of billing department. They try to push her. We are introducing that to all the countries so that all ROGs. She's so passionate about what we. Once the invoice is done, we must get the money back. Our JD was for this, but she saw a need here. She entered it. Some of you say, I be internal HR, not consign me. Now, Sarah, I beg, not be my own. If you pass by a place, maybe now you are passing here, you see debts everywhere. Do you bend down to clean it and say, no, it's not my problem. It's blessing. Or is what's the name of your girl? Agatha. Go and call Agatha. It's Agatha that needs to do it. Augusta, will you pass by and say they must call Agatha? Faith, will you pass by and say they must call Blessing? Anyway, that's not where I'm going. So taking ownership and then being okay. Purpose is about understanding why you do what you do. Purpose is about understanding. Okay, what are the 8 laws of personal branding? The 8 laws for developing a personal brand are 1, specialization. All of us cannot be doing everything. Specialization. That's why the lawyer has come. At the point I felt a need for an internal lawyer. We used to have lawyers that, when we're having issues, but a time came, the challenges on things that were coming, they were not responding. So we need someone on the ground. And thank God, being on the ground, they have been working. Specialization, not everybody can do. So all of you are here specialized in various areas, in different areas. Then leadership, personality, distinctiveness, visibility, positivity, persistence, and goodwill. These are the 8 laws for developing a personal brand. I will dwell more on it later, but not now. Like I said, I just want to pinch you a bit and I think that so when you dress anyhow, you are displaying something. When you don't do your job anyhow, when you say, it doesn't matter, I've tried, let me go home. You clean. You say, not be every day, we can't finish it today, let's go tomorrow. Let's go continue the cleaning tomorrow. Or whatever assignment. So you don't say MD just facing admin, facing. No. Whatever assignment, you leave your table. That was one of the item we have in our appraiser. Do you leave your table clean? Table is not physical table. We're talking about you are given an assignment. You clean it out before you go home. What is the purpose of personal brand? It's a process that defines who you are, your story, your value, your goals, and present them in a way that builds credibility and visibility. Credibility and visibility. Like now, that person has gone to put his picture on my profile because my profile is heavy. I know. I've seen it. So maybe so please, somebody let me report that that's not the name of the person. I mean, not the picture of the person. You know the person. Now your MD and I be the person. You can share my picture, please. On what platform did you see it? Okay? You better enter and report it now. They remove it. I don't know how it got there. I actually saw it, but I ignored it because sometimes some things don't matter to me anymore. But it's also, yeah. No, it's good. It's good that we are talking about now. We need to correct it. Because this December I saw it. In today's competitive job market, standing out is key. Standing out is key. In this business we are doing, you must stand out. You must stand out. We want to honor some people this evening. Actually, I want to do this before then. You stand out. Yes, we work as a team, but in that team, everybody brings something to the table. We have discovered that sometimes in a team, some people go and sleep, so other people do all the job. We are doing Christmas rice and sharing to everybody. All of you leave it for Richard. Or in your department, you leave it for one person, the rest run away. Say, MD, I leave MD, go talk, go learn. Not really MD. If somebody say, hey, now let's shout, you go shout. Later, you go calm down. Say, okay. The person go see my story for December. In the appraiser, we'll score the person like that, so that you will not see my hand. Want to see the hand of the Almighty, Abi? He does it through people. Not really shout, they shout. Not really shout, oh. That shout and shout of heaven. I shout now, the earthquake. Somebody don't they say. I am not be said from say go prison. I shout, some blessing come, miracle come. Somebody is smiling home. Some people got cars during my birthday. Abi? I will shout again today. Some people will get bonus. So my shout is not for nothing. No. All right. We need to stand out. RGS need to actually stand out. Please, we need to do something. The managers, please, you need to. You're not elevated to there to sit down and sit. You are there to do something. Everybody say do something. I didn't hear you say do something. My young people that have come, you are here to do something. Oh. You are here to do something. In fact, I can't wait for you to resume. In fact, we'll talk when we finish. You need to go and speed up that in 2 weeks. Not be 1 month. You need to hand over. You need to hand over. You need to hand over. You need to come and start. Personal branding can help you do just that. It can help you stand out. It can help us stand out. It's an early but crucial component for career development. You want to rise in your career. What brand? That's the end. So I'm still developing it. There are sunscreens. So I'm going to stop there. Clap for me now. I don't try. I teach 3 topics. All if now where they want share. Modesta, I didn't see you clapping for me. All right, I was just joking with all of you. So we are going to. So what I'm trying to say, why did I bring this up? I realize that many of us don't realize who we are. You are unique. You're not just don't you just carry yourself anyhow. That's why you just wear slippers, you just dress anyhow, you just talk anyhow. Some of you just carry yourself with dignity, with honor and respect. When you want to answer as a big man, as a big woman, as a big madam. Don't. What I mean is not pride. That's not where I'm going. Don't act irresponsibly. That's where I'm going. Understand me? Don't act irresponsibly. They've taken life. Is it a lie they took or the unit is finished? You want to switch over? Okay. Now we are always the way we are on Band-Aid. They charge us like they charge us in Cote d'Ivoire now. We are on Band-Aid. Okay. All right. It's good. Please don't change it to Band-B. I like it. I want Band-A. We'll switch off the light where we don't need it. But we must stay on Band. So that less of dependence on generator. No, it will come on. They change over. It will come on. It will still switch off. Why not put password? Why not put password for this kind of thing now? It will delay. Why not put password? They did not need it. I took it out, and you went to put it back. If you switch it off, it will go off. I don't want to switch off. Oh, I've seen it. Remove it. Remove that PA. Plug it. Plug that. Yes, I'm plug direct. Plug it direct. Plug it direct. Thank you. You pick now. Oh, it has gone off. Okay, yeah. All right. So you are a brand. You are a brand. Daniel, you are a brand. That's why you cannot just, like what happened last year. No matter the provocation, you cannot just use your hand on anybody. You cannot just behave. See, you are a brand. Carry yourself. No matter, in spite of provocation, hold yourself. You are a brand. You are a brand. You understand me? You are a brand. I used to think of brand like big companies. When I saw it from that channel, I said, wow. Wow. I sat down and I was amazed. I said, oh, you are a brand. You are a brand. So you are a brand. You can't go to them and be sleeping. You cannot just do anyhow. Let me address my people outside the country. Where you are a brand. Where is that the young man I'm always chatting about? Where is what's his name? Dari. He's a brand. You can't just be doing anyhow. You're a brand. If you are not a brand, blessing will not marry you. And the blessing of the Lord makes rich. He has no sorrow. Say that find a wife finds and obtain favor. That will be blessed by marrying blessing. My blessing is, oh God. She's a wonderful lady. Okay? And all my ladies here, they are wonderful. Like now, this young man is going to take one of them. Seafood we go to chop. Oh, this shit. Hey, he has taken. Okay. All the skinny thing will soon change. Hey, somebody will soon start looking like Belumi. Oh God. Oh God. Isn't God wonderful? Did people change to NEPA or change back? Why not just stay on generator, please? Please, The light has gone off. Please, somewhere. Please. No. Go. Thank you. Don't worry. Please, on generator, please. On the gen. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. You are a brand, Ngozi. You are a brand. And you are running a brand. Sarah, you are a brand. You have done things well. Yes, good. But I want you to see yourself. You are a brand. So that if anything happens, anything to come to provoke you. Have you ever seen, maybe, I'm just looking for what to analogy now. Have you ever seen a big man driving on the road and then one person wants to provoke him, he will come out and he will just look at you and drive off. He cannot be talking. Instead, they will send Mopo to come and beat the person later. Is that not what they do? I'm not saying you do that one. You don't start exchanging word with touts on the street because they provoke you. Do you do that? So whether you are provoked, whether you're not provoked, you carry yourself with dignity. You carry yourself with respect. You even when you are given a job to do, even when you want to write a mail, a letter out, you know that this represents who you are, represent ROGS. You don't just write anyhow. You ensure that whatever you are delivering is the best of you. When you are going for a occasion, you ask yourself, does this thing match? Does this thing match? And then you are wearing clothes that match. Your character should also match that perception. You understand me? Your character. Your character. How do people perceive you? How do people view you? I'm not talking about people that don't care about anything. No. I'm talking about, this year, I want us to rebrand ourselves positively. Positively. Let people see us in a new light. Excellent people. Unique people. Okay? And I think I'm going to stop there because we will have a little small 5 minutes break. And in the next, by that 3:30, we will start Excel training, and we will do it for 2 hours. Then we'll have our dinner, and we'll come back and do our award ceremony. We will jump games so that we can close by 9:30. 9:30 we'll close for the award ceremony. All right. So just have a little 5 minutes break. You can stand up. Please stand up on your feet. Stand up. That gives room for let people get their laptops out. Kayode, put your hands together for him. He's now going to take over. Yes. The things you need to present is the same thing of yesterday. Okay. Please stand up because some people are already feeling sleepy. I see them putting their face down, their head down. Stand, you stand up. Stand. Can you walk? Just walk around. Greet 3-4 people for me. I didn't say go and look for trouble, Annie. You are looking for trouble, eh? Just now, you're already rubbing your hand all over Daniel. Just throw around a bit, throw around. Okay, and then please, that gives room for power to be set up. I need them to ensure power is set up. You get your laptops out. And for those outside the country, get your laptops out. We want to move on to the Excel training now. Shake the hands of people. Okay? Burkina Faso, I can't see you getting out your laptop. This one that people use a couch now, eh? All right. So, 1 hour, 30 minutes then. 1 hour, 30 minutes. So, from 3:30 to 5. That's 3:30 to 5, so that South Africa can leave by that exact time and then join from home. 3:30 to 5. Okay, over to you. Please, can you be seated, please? We want to quickly start.
Yes, bro. Yes. No, but I will need to walk. Yes. That will not. I don't want to. Well, I'm sure those of us around there, the one that are interested. Are we waiting for anybody? because of our time, let's manage our time because okay, 2 minutes by now they should be here. Okay. Two more minutes. Right? So I hope we can Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, I hope we can hear ourselves. Can you hear us from can you hear us over there?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. All right. So while we are waiting for others, let's use the opportunity to just do a bit of quick recap on what we looked at yesterday. Please, as a reminder, who can tell us what represents the colon from the screen? Can somebody just give me two reference of colons from the screen? Huh? From the screen. A and B. That colon. Colon, right, is what? A and B. A, B, C, D, E, F, like that. That is when we are referring to our colons. Then samples of rows. Who can tell us? Okay. So when that is the vertical, the horizontal, that is the rows. Okay. Then we talk about cell. The one that I put question mark here, this amber, what can we call it? What do we call it? What do you agree it is yesterday? Sorry. Let me put it today. Yeah. It's going here, but it's not showing. No, just go it to me. Take the Excel. I take the Excel. No, don't expand. Just move the Excel. It's cut. Okay, good. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So we can see the rows. Are we together, please? They're nice. All right. So the columns, the rows, the columns, the rows. So this one is what? We said is what? Say what? What is the name? Right? E7. I will say this one is what? No. I have moved that one. See? See, you are still going with the AK. Right? Now, we're in AE. Yeah? Please, don't let us, it's not crime. Right? This is AE. AE what? Eh? AE10. Eh? AE10. Okay. Now, I'm looking for where I kept my console. Who can tell me from this screen? Where is my console? You understand? I'm looking for where the console is. Who can tell me where it is? Eh? AD23. Who can tell me now? Where can you get it? I said, example, good. We said yesterday, if you want to know where it is, sir?
We cannot see the cursor.
Okay, what do you say from? You say what?
We can't see your cursor moving.
Yes, you can't see it. But I said, where can I, how can I know where it is now? Where did I drop the, where is it self-defined? Right? Now, if you look at this place, yesterday I said, you from the formula to this place, right? From this place, you can see where it is. Right? That's what we agree. Yesterday we used Z as a reference. We use Z stuff, right? Z for so as a reference. But today we are using AO23. It's just a reminder to be sure that what we were taught yesterday, at least we can still connect with some of them. Okay? Because if we don't, if you just do cram, right? When the application comes, we might not be able to use what we have actually discussed. Okay? So if we have done that, yesterday we did some, we did the additions, that is the formulas and some functions. So we were supposed to do we did VLOOKUP yesterday. Who can remember how we do VLOOKUP? Who can remember? Can anybody still remember how we do VLOOKUP? So today, let's do something like that again. So we use these ones. Please, I don't know if you can. I sent this just to us yesterday on our WhatsApp. I mean on the WhatsApp group. It was sent to our group yesterday, right? And the slide. I sent it to us yesterday. I don't know if anybody. I sent it because I know some of us, somebody requested for it, and since we are going to, so we can work together. Okay. Can you quickly type something like this on your decks or your Excel if you can open it? I believe every one of us know how to open Excel. Is anybody that doesn't know how to open Excel? Is anybody from the people that have their laptop? Madam, you say like this. If Mr. Kazim or Rachel see you. Right. So I want to believe that all of us can open Excel, right? So at least for the people. So if you are going to do like your submission, we can still remember, right? Are we together? So from here, right, let's put my console, this is on D9 currently, and I want to do a particular task. And the task I want to do, let's say I want to get the average of the values from January to July, right? What is the average figure? So we agreed that we are going to put the formula equals to average. Then if you take that, right, and you click it, alive from here to July, and you enter your figure, that gives you the average figure, right? And the I could now go get glasses. Okay. Right? Now, if you look at something, I want to do something. I don't know if this is going to happen. Okay. Yesterday, I said something about the status bar. Right? I don't know if anybody can recollect. When I say if you right click, you will see a list of things that are actually active. So if you look at, I want to show you something. Now, after highlighting this, right, this is supposed to be information of everything highlighted, right? And this is the average that we have calculated. But just imagine, I just need it for a quick reference, and I just need the figure. What can I do? Yesterday, I talked about the status bar. If you come down here to this side down of the Excel, are we together? You can see there is average, right? And if you look at the figure here, right, it's the same as the average here. Do you know it's the same? Because I highlighted it, without me having to put the formula here, I can get this value here, but the only thing is that I may not be able to copy it. I can only write it down. Do you get that? Right? But if I want to copy it, I can always use it there. Then you can see the sum, right? When I do the sum is there, right? And the value here is also the same. Let me do something. Let's assume, because you might be thinking it's because I've gotten the value. Maybe that is why. But if you see that there's another value there, the count is 7. I have not done anything called count. So you cannot say it's because I have done the calculation. That is why the value is there. Let me delete. And if I say highlight, see that the value is still there, right? So if instead of me doing it, I can just say quickly, what is the value? Maybe NG call and say how much, what is the quantity of stock in the, let's just say how many laptop have you bought? Somebody in the the people in charge of our stocks, right? Let's say in January you bought 100 laptops. In February you bought 200 laptops. In March you bought 150. It can be stock, right? It can be stock. It can be amount of the number of resources, right? Onboarding, offboarding, right? This can represent how many people you onboarded in January. It can represent how many people you onboarded in February. And at the same time, it could represent how many people left the system in January. It doesn't have to be 100 that. It can be 2, 3, 5, right? We don't use this one as a reference, right? So if you are saying how many people that came into the system in January, the number of people that joined the system in February, the number of people that joined the system in March, right? April, May, like that. And somebody is asking you, we are in July. How many people have joined the system so far this year, right? So you need this kind of exercise for you to be able to give such information. And if it's the number of people that have actually left the system that you are using it to represent, right? You need to do the same thing. You can say, but different ways, right? You are getting the same, you are using different data, but you are using the same process to get a particular result, right? So an admin person, right? It can be how many liters of diesel that you bought in January. You say in January, I bought 100 liters of diesel, right? In February, I bought 200 liters of diesel. In March, I bought 150 liters of diesel, just like that. And if you want to know the total volume of diesel that you have bought so far, by July, you would use this, right? And we've talked about account. So for somebody in IT, how many laptops have you bought? It can be that. Do you understand that, right? So then for HR, somebody in HR, it could be maybe this unit. It can be okay. Maybe for this unit, you can say annual leave. How many annual leave has been taken in January? Because I just want us to relate this Excel to our respective department. Yes, our time here will be a wasted one, right? In HR, it could be how many annual leave, how many sick leaves have we taken in a particular month, right? How many sick leave, how many annual leave, just like that, depending, right? Then it could be also, right, that when, as managers, right, we are supposed to do a lot of data analysis. Your analysis is a function of what is expected of you, and that is what is going to determine how you have grip of your department, right? If you are going for management meeting, there are some things you are supposed to be presenting, right? For HR, it could be how many people were given increment in the month of January. It could be how many people were given increment in the month of February. And so, if anybody now say, we don't get increment, HR can present and say, so far this year, we have increased so number of people's salary. Do you understand? So by putting, this year, it can be how many people's salary. So January 2, February 3, March 0, April 1, and you show us those details. Then if they are going to say, we are now going to say, total number of people that have got this salary so far this year is a summation of that. Then you can from there say the average, right? When you highlight it, you can see the average. Just know what these simple 2 lines can be to you in your department. And instead of being monthly, it can be daily. It doesn't have to be on monthly basis, right? Because we are teaching ourselves for the sake of people who have not been using Excel, and you don't see why you have to use Excel in your department. For our legal department could be how many legal cases that was brought to her on daily basis or on monthly basis. How many legal interventions has she involved herself with on monthly basis? Because she needs to give a progress report and occupational report to say, okay, if anybody is saying, I am not doing something, I can come out with details. How many times I've been to court, how many times, my engagement. It could be that. So from there we can. So those are just the basic things. Please, I need to spend less than 1.5 hours. Okay? So now we are planning to, we want to do we've done that. So H lookup. We want to do H lookup, right? Now, if you look, okay, I used this yesterday. I used this sample yesterday, right? We have this list, our list. Gogosera, Dominic Chris, Dario Dion, Bete Zibai, Erwan Kisturayo, Tena Vanessa, Okoye Friday, Aswa Shudi, then Namdi Daniel, right? Let's just assume, right? Let us assume those are the names of people that we have, and their managers and their supervisors, right? Is putting in their front, right? You have their supervisors, and the supervisors have done their appraisals, assumably, right? Just assume, don't just disregard the name, but just assume that this is just the information that we have that we need to analyze. Now, why you are there? So we need it, right? This information can be both ways. Now, this information is presented this way, right? It's presented this way. The law, don't go. Okay. Let's say we have this kind of information now in this format here. You know, it's vertical against horizontal, right? We have 1, 2, 3. Now, but you know this information that you have ID 9963 against Ezekiel, it can actually be presented in another way. Let's say, for instance, I can copy this. I can copy this same Excel, maybe in another place. Maybe this is how it's presented. I can copy that same Excel, that same information. That same information can be copied and maybe is sent to us in another format. Let's say that format is like this. Why is it not pasted? Special. This Excel pass my own. Okay, do you see it now? Sorry, I tried to. You can see here our headers, right? What I just did there was transpose. It says it's presented this way, vertical, horizontal, right? But I want to change it, right? I want to make what is on the vertical to be on the horizontal, right? So when you copy everything, right? When you copy everything, you go to another, right? When you go to another sheet, let's say this is a new sheet. All right, I've copied it, and you can right click, go to paste special. Paste special. When you go to paste special, you will see a place where they call transpose. Right? You check that transpose, right, and you say it's okay. So it will convert. Yes, yes, sir. So can you see it now? Right? So now, do you learn anything from there now? Are you okay with that? Say no. Everybody kept quiet. Let me do small one. Let me do this one. This one is just 2 lines. I'm deleting this, sorry, so that we can be on the same page. Okay. Let's say these are just what we have before. Month and the unit. We are formatting it. Okay. Opening it. Okay. Now, this is what we have. Okay. Now, but I want to make the monthly to be on the horizontal. You know, this one is vertical now, right? I want the month, so I can copy everything. When I copy everything, copy, right? Go to where you want it to start. Now I want it to start maybe on E3. I put my console there. Then I right click, right? Then I paste special. Right? Go to transpose, everything, paste all. Go to transpose, yeah. Do trans. Are we seeing it? Are we seeing it? See, there is transpose. Transpose here. Eh? Are we there? Now, see, okay. Depending on the Excel that you are using. Depending on the Excel that you are using. If you go to some Excel, right, when you see space special, then you will see like different functions. That is going to be, you are going to see something like a button, like an arrow button. Like an arrow. Let me see what you are seeing. You've not copied now. Where is it? It's not. You are not copied. That's why you can. Okay. Okay. You can see what you will see now. No. Yeah. You see transpose. Huh? Are you there? You've not seen it. Are you seeing it? Have you copied? Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah, copy now. Copy that now. Okay. No, just copy within that. Don't copy extra. Just copy that space. Okay. Copy. Right click on within the place. Copy. Yeah. Okay. Then click. Just click anywhere you want to paste it. Click anywhere you want to paste it there. Right click. Don't highlight. Just click anywhere. Don't highlight. Okay, right click. This is how to right click. Just press this button here. You've seen it now. This is where you see transfer the third after function that have like an arrow. Like that's what you are getting. Do you understand now? You've done it now. You can see what it said. What it said is under. Right? Are we good? Have we been able to do it? Right? So that is transposing. Right. Now you have done that. If we have done that, now if you want to get information about January, right? If you want to, like in the case of here, yesterday we did something of VLOOKUP of May, right? We did VLOOKUP of May, and we said we use this formula. Don't forget, say VLOOKUP of May. Here, we said VLOOKUP of May is 300. Remember, are we looking at this very point that I highlighted when we are doing the VLOOKUP? Remember this when we did it? Who can remember? Who can remember? We were here now, so we are going to redo it. Right? You remember, but you might not be able to do it. No issue. So that is why we are here today. So, okay. So what we are saying is that if you do a VLOOKUP, Okay. So we said our VLOOKUP. So you do equals to VLOOKUP. What do you want to look up? You want to look up this, then you put comma right along this area, right? And what are we saying to do? We said you can't, right? We said you should can't. If you are doing the VLOOKUP, say you should do comma can't. The first row that you're making reference to is 1. The second one is 2. So you can't 2, then you return your this thing and you return that value. That's what we did yesterday, right? Are we together? Madam? Okay. Look at the formula. Intentionally, I put the formula here. Now, you want to look up May. You are looking up for May. You are looking up for May. Let me just say, for instance, right? I want to look up for June. I want to do a VLOOKUP for June. Now, this is where I type the June. I type the June here. Now, I'm looking up for June. So I said that is going to be equals to, right? V, are we together? VLOOKUP. If you type it, you are going to see the formula. Then when you click on it, then you will come to that place you type June, you click on it. That is your reference. That place you type June, that is your reference. Then you put comma. Then you go to that table. You align from where you have the month, where you have the name of the column, where you have the June. You align the table. That is your array. That is your table of array, right? You highlight it. When you highlight it, the very place that represents month, that is your first column. Where you want the value to be returned, right? That is you count the number. This time around is the second one. So you now say that is comma 2, then 0, and you enter that. You can see the one for June is 200 now. Are we doing it? Please. Right? It will be nice if it's something I can go around and you will do it and that. So this is how you will do for. That is how you will do for now. But in this case, when you look at this table now, in this case, they are on horizontal. They are on the better, you have to say something. Okay. So now we want to
sorry, I was disconnected.
You don't understand? Okay. So now what are we going to do for the case of HLOOKUP? The difference between HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP is your reference. So if you are making reference vertically, let's say you are talking about the VLOOKUP. But when you are making your reference horizontally, that is when you talk of HLOOKUP. So it's the same procedure. So now you have this figure here. So what you do is that you say this is equals to HLOOKUP, right? And okay, sorry, let me say I want to do it here now. I want to do it against June too. So it's going to be equals to HLOOKUP. Then I click on June, right? I say comma. Then I come to where I have the figures, right? Comma. So the first one is 2. Then I return that. You can see I do it. Now, what is the difference? When you look, if you right click on this formula, if you right click on it, it tells you what I try to get here. This HLOOKUP is telling you all the places it make reference to. You could see that the HLOOKUP I did here, it made reference to this place and it made reference to this table. Just for you guys to, just for everybody to know that it's not the same table here that I use. You get that now. So the figures are the same because we are using the same values. Now, the H lookup is we try to get for June on this table. Now, but if you look at this other figure here, if I click on this, you can see it makes reference to this same table and this table. It is no longer this table. So when we're talking about VLOOKUP, it makes use of the vertical component of the table. But when we talk about the HLOOKUP, it makes reference to the horizontal part of the table. Are we good? So it's the same principle. So the moment you can do VLOOKUP, you can as well. That means, practically speaking, you know how to do HLOOKUP. It's the same procedure. But the only thing different is that the way the table is presented. Okay? Are we doing it? Have anybody tried to do it?
Not this one.
Let's true.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Hello, sir. I want to clarify something. The laptop you are using, is it a Mac?
It's a Mac. That is what it's Mac, yeah.
Okay, then we should try and explain to the people that when you are doing the formula, it's not comma on others' laptops, it's semicolon.
Oh no.
So they need-
You can use is comma. See, let's see now. Let's do something. You can use is comma when you are doing VLOOKUP, right? Or you are doing but sometimes there are some formulas that you will use colon. All right.
Okay, because our laptops only accept semicolon here. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. It's comma. Even on my okay. Now, if we use semicolon now, right? But it's comma because if you look at definition, you look at the formula, right? The system tells you. Are we together? The system tells us the procedure to follow when we are using the formula. It has said the VLOOKUP value, which is this one, right? The VLOOKUP value, right? That is the first one, which is this one, followed by a comma, right? Then the table array, which is this one, followed by a comma. Do you see it now? Right? Are you seeing it? Right? Then by the index number, that is the reference number that you are looking. That is where we counted 1, 2. That is when you have this. Then the lookup, the range lookup. That is where you have either 0 or 1. Right? If you want it to be an exact value, it has to be 0. If you want it to be an approximate value, it has to be 1. Do you get that? So that's why we use, because we want an exact value, that's why we use 0 at that. Okay. So we can do both VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So let's go to the next one. The next one, like the index, match index. And I use this match index as when you want to get, you can see I put his name. You have this. We have this Excel. And now somebody, you want information about, right? Maybe you just have somebody just said, who owns this ID number? I've said that before. Who owns this ID number? Right? Somebody just sent to maybe Palumi or to accountant or to Rachel, the finance. And they want to get certain information about a particular ID, right? It could be their salary, it could be their names. You understand? When somebody just say, okay, I saw this ID number somewhere. Who was it? Give me the information. That is where, and they have this information about the people. So that is where you use the index and the match, right? The moment you put the index and the match, right, you'll be able to bring out the information about the person, right? And we are using the syntax. We are using the syntax of index is equals to whatever that you want to be defined, like we have done for VLOOKUP. You must have the ID, right? And you must have what you want to get. If you have this ID, right, and what you want, what you are looking for, right? If it's the name of the person, I have this ID, right? If they are telling me what's the name of the person that have this ID 1209, right? That is what I want this thing to return. But if they tell me it is the supervisor, I will change this thing that I make reference to there. Instead of name, I'll change it to supervisor. If it's the team, right, is the person, like maybe the team is Nigeria, SAR, I just call those things in explaining so that we can relate. That's why I use this, right? That, okay, I just came up, so it's not anybody, I just came up with the names as it came, right? RJ's ID, the names, the supervisors, and the team. The team, I just say, what came to my mind was, let's use the country. So maybe, okay, these persons, they are in Nigeria, and the Nigeria supervisor is Ngozi, the South Africa supervisor is Emeka, and also Emeka is the Cote d'Ivoire supervisor, then Kazim is central supervisor, right? I just say central, right? Just then these are the information concerning the resources. So we can always have such information across. Now, what you do with this information is just a sample of what we have on our day-to-day system, right? The people in the NOC, they will always say like that. The HR will always have people like this who belong to different supervisors and different departments, right? And admit to, we always have people like that. Now, index, they are now saying there is an ID. Maybe HR sees a form, for instance, and the person did not put his name. He only put his ID, right? How will the person, your son, how will the person, HR quickly get, right, the information, the details of such person? So the HR will just go, or the account or whatever, can easily go to his or her information, the staff list, and use index, right, and machine to get it, right? So that anytime he just wants to, he will not be doing VLOOKUP, right, all the time. He will just put this formula for one somewhere. Anytime he wants to do it, he will just use it, right? So now, what is, I said index is equals to maybe the reference. So you have to do the reference. Like yesterday, let me just say today we want to use what to get for RG 2651. That is the RG, that is what we want to get. Now, so we said this one is equals to, right? We are looking for index. We now say this is equals to index. We'll put that formula. Then, because we want that index to make reference to that ID number that we type on F21. So we click on F21. Then we say index F21. So it will make that F21 to cover all the area of your, of that, the table you want to make reference to. That's your table array. So you do F21 C4 to all the table you are making reference to this table. That is what it's using. Then in that table that it is using, because that is table is using, you now say you want to match, right? You want, eh? Yeah. And don't worry. When I'll get that. When I want to use is in the last part, right? So when you want to do that, so you are now saying, okay, mash. Then comma, you say mash. What do you want to mash? Right? You open your bracket. What do you want to mash? Right? You are trying to mash. Okay. So you now take that mash what? You are mashing. Don't forget we say C. So you are mashing that C. You are mashing from C. That is the ID number. So you're going to put from C3, right? Because you are making reference to C. So you highlight that place, right? C. Because you are looking at that ID, right? Your colon, you are not counting the number of colon. So you just say 0 because you are not counting this time around. Then you close that. Are we together? Then you say mash again. It's complex. It's complex. How do you say that? I can't say this one. That index refused to go. Okay. So what you just do, let's look at this formula here. Right? This one refused to delete. I think it's hanging. So now we say index is you pick whatever that you want, right? You look at the formula here. So if you click for you to know the formula of that Dominic. It's saying index is C4. Look at this formula, please. Right? It says index C4 to G. This is this table. That is why it's blue. Hello? Right? When you want to look at definition of a formula, right? Maybe I'm using a folder because I just need us to learn something. I'm using a folder. I have designed an Excel sheet and I handed it over to Daniel. And Daniel asked me to explain because of maybe for one reason or the other, I'm not able to explain everything about the file to Daniel. And there are formulas on that, on the file, right? So how will Daniel understand the formulas that I put in the file so that he can always replicate it going forward? Do you understand? Let's say, for instance, somebody was doing Daniel's job before, right? And for one reason or the other, the person is not available to hand over to him. So Daniel must be able to continue. So what Daniel will just need to do, that's what they will tell you, give him the file go and study the file. So what he's studying in that file, right, is looking at how it gets all the values, the formula, so that it can replicate the formulas. Now, how do you want to know? This is the formula we use. Index is equals to this. This blue, you can see this color here. C4 to G13 is showing a particular color, and that color will be highlighted accordingly. This color here, look at the range that color is showing here. Do you understand? So that will be the reference for that very place, right? You can see this other one, red, C20, C20. Then you now say C4 to C13, right? It's talking about the heading. Are you looking at it? It's talking about the heading. Look at this color. Right? Where does it match? Right? It's talking about the heading. See for me, this one, this color here, match with this one. Is it pink? What do you call it? Is it pink or violet? Or lilac? What color is it? Okay. So it's making reference to this, right? Now that is done. Because this one is making reference to this, then look out of this. Then the second one is making reference to this, because that is what you want to return, right? Just like when you are doing VLOOKUP. Most of this is this indexing is another level of VLOOKUP. You know, when you are doing VLOOKUP, you want to return only one information. But when you are doing mashing, right, you can return more than one information. Do you understand? Right? VLOOKUP, you will only return one value, right? But when you need more than one value, right, that is when you use index and mashing. Do you understand? Now, let me just say for it. When we did VLOOKUP the other time, we can only do VLOOKUP of this to return the name. Right? Are we good? We're only doing it to return the name. But we can do this to return both the name and the supervisor, because we are comparing two values. So now it's checking this against the name. So we are checking 109. I'll just this, that is on this, and against, we are matching this, right, against what? Against the name. This is the name, against the name. Are we good? Boring, but the moment you know it once, it's going to be that. So, okay, now we are saying this is equals to index and we say we are going to take the array I don't. It was on because we used this here. They give us RGS ID, RG129. Who owns the name? Do you understand? I want to know who owns the name, right? Now, I can do something. I can do a VLOOKUP of this against the name. Okay? One way. I can do the RGS ID. Say, okay, what is the VLOOKUP of the name of the RGS ID against the name? It will give me. But another way to do it, right, is for me to do this mashing. Do you understand? Because sometimes it can be more. So maybe if I do it now, I can put maybe another for me to be easily to be able to do it, right? Instead of doing that VLOOKUP, the only thing I'll just do, like what I did yesterday. Sorry. If you look at what we did yesterday, now it's name that we are checking, right? It's returned the name. But let me just assume that it's supervisor I want to get, right? If I say supervisor, if I just copy, instead of me to waste my time to be doing VLOOKUP again, I'm not going to waste my time. Do you understand now? The value change from Dominic to Emeka, if it is team that I want to know what is the team of the resource, I am not going to do another VLOOKUP. I am just going to change the title. You can see it's changing. I don't know if you are noticing that, right? If it's appraiser, I want to check appraiser of the person that has that ID. I'm not going to bother myself to say I am doing another VLOOKUP. What I just do is I copy that and I paste it like that, right? So it should be making, instead of me to be putting formula. The only thing that we have to be changing, it is just what I need. Do you understand? Per time, instead of having to be doing VLOOKUP, and when you are doing that VLOOKUP, you have to be changing the column reference, all those things. Maybe you have done your column up to 9. When you want to do it again, you have to go and change it to 10. When you want to do it again, you change it to 12. But in this wise, everything is already considered, right? What you just need to be doing is to be changing the name, okay, the title. Do you understand? So, and it will be giving you all the figure. Okay. So please just know that this is available, right? Ma? What we can do, when we start the normal class, it will be easier for us to do. You do it yourself, right? It will be easier because all these theoretical and 100 people, it will be easier. Maybe we are 6. If we are just 5, if we are just 5, right, it will be easier for us to do. Everybody will come to the screen and do it 5-5. Okay. 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 Uyi. Hello, Uyi, SA.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Please, what version of Excel are we using over there? You know, you have different versions.
It's configured to UK.
Okay. Maybe UK, US. I think maybe we might need to look at the difference.
UK, Australia, Canada, they use semicolon.
The same semicolon. Okay. Yeah. What we use here is more of
US.
Yeah, and it's more of comma. Right. If you want to do, let's say for instance, we want to do count. Right. Let's say now, if you are looking at the screen, if you want to do count now, right, you can see if you want to do that count, you are going to see colon in between, right? But most of the time we don't use semicolon here in our formulas. We use either comma or full colon. Okay. All right. So that is that. Then we are supposed to use if, right? The if, right? The if is, that was one I wanted us to do before. Okay. This if function, it is very important. HR. Okay. Now, the if function, what are we using the if function to do? The same Excel that we are using. Now, let's just assume there was a time in NOC we wanted to tell the people, the management in NOC, to increase the salaries of the resources because people were leaving, and so we needed to tell them, okay, there are some people that their salaries should be reviewed, and they told us, okay, send us the list of the people that you want to propose for salary review, right? And when we were doing that, what we could all do is like right? Instead of us to go to, there are different ways to do it. You can go and sort, right? Sort by less than, maybe you use your sort table data, go to data and sort by maybe it's less than, let's just say for instance, when you come to this place, right? And you want to do filter, right? You can filter with certain conditions that there are conditions that you can use to filter, right? So all these conditions here, you can just say anything less than, anything less than, if it's choose one. You can check, uncheck anything above certain amount. You can check them to say, okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Anything less than 200, you uncheck them, you get those values. But there are ways also to do it, to say, okay, what I need is, right, if the figure here, if the figure in this area, if it's above certain amount, right, it should return a value. If not, then, you just define your condition. Let's say, for instance, now we are saying if E, are we together, please? I just want to be sure. If E3, right, is more than 200,000, we should return review. So that means you are making reference to say, okay, let us review the salary if certain amount, if it's less than certain amount. It could be if it is equal. It could be if it is greater, depending on what you are defining. You can say if it is that, then it should be reviewed. If not, then if it's greater than that, then it should be kept in view. So you are not suggesting review for it. What I mean by that is this. So let's do it this way. Let me say, for instance, right? Is a price. Let's even say for people in purchasing. Let's say these are not the names of people. Let's say they are the names of suppliers, and the suppliers are make quotation, and the quotation is this, right? And you now want to say, okay, which suppliers are you going to consider? So you can say, okay, this is equals to if function, right? If, let's put if, then you go to that reference point and you said if this, right, if is less than, or let's say you don't want anything that is more than 200,000, that means you are going to use if you go to your keyboard, on after M on the keyboard, you will see some signal like either this. Who can remember that formula? I mean, if it's like this, right? Let's say X is less than, right? So that means anything less than, let's say if I put 200, less than, right? If it's equals to, you will see equals sign. Then if it's greater to than, you will see the greater sign. Then if you want to use greater than or equals to, you will do that greater than, then you put equal sign after it. So that will mean that it's greater than or equals to that we are dealing with. So that is what we are going to use to define it. And that is what you have here, right? For this one now, we are saying this, if you can see, if E4 is less than, right, or equals to 200,000, right, we said you should keep in view. Are you seeing like that? Right? I mean, you should review, because you are talking about, right, you are suggesting people that their salary are too small, that you are proposing for increment. So, and maybe you want to have a minimum band that you can say, okay, let us push everybody that is less than 200,000 to 200,000, right? You can use that method to say if it's less than that, then from there you just push everybody. That's why when they do that, many times I will smile when HR will say, how can they give somebody 5,000 naira? How can they give somebody, the reason why, Mr. Pelumi, this is the reason why you see that they will give some people 5,000 naira and they will give some people 50,000 naira. Because what they are trying to do is that they are putting a band. When they are putting a band to say, okay, this band in my payroll should be this. So everyone in that band, they will just mark them and say, okay, you are earning 140,000. We want to push everybody to 150,000. So the person that is already earning 145, because the plan is to make them 150, that person will get 5,000 naira increment. The person that is earning 120, the person will get 30,000 increment, because that is what they want to do. They just want to put everybody on a band of salary. So that's what they do. And that is why many times you just realize that how can somebody get 5,000 and somebody will get 20,000. So this is where those kind of decisions normally come from. Though there are some that is based on some personal interest. So now, if it's less than or equals to 200,000, we are still review. If not, then you keep review. But let's talk about for purchasing, procurement. Now, instead of us to say less than, right? Anything that is greater than, right? Anything that is greater than 180 is over budget, right? It's above your budget. And you can say we can use, let's say 250. Anything above 250 is above our budget. Anything that is below 250 is below the budget. Then you will do that. And we'll now say, okay, this is equals to greater than or equal to, right? We specify the value, we say 250. Right? We say comma. Then whatever you want to type, if you want to say is over budget or whatever you want to say. If you want to say yes, or no, depending on what you want to use that you want to be making reference to. But for the sake of our accounting statement, we can say maybe over, right? If it's greater than 250, then you need to put your quote. If you don't quote, put your, then if it's not over, then it should be okay. Then you quote that. So open and close. If it's not that, you say it's okay. Then you enter it. So if you look at, and if you do that, you can drag that and put it there. Now, what does it mean? Look at what we define. If it's more than 250, it's over the budget. Now, anything that is more than 250 here, anything that is more than 250 in this place, right, we say it is over. Anything that is below 250 will be okay because you want to buy, right? Maybe the budget is 250,000, right? You want to buy something for 250,000. And these suppliers there have made this quote of 180, 250,000, 500,000. So we want to know who are the suppliers that will be shortlisted for final bidding. So this is how you are going to do that, to just say, okay, every supplier that got this and these ones are okay. So you have it. And when you are sending that report, everybody will see your comment. Okay, you are not typing it one after, you only type on one row and everything goes like that, right? So that is that. Sorry, I'm so apology for being fast, right? Do we have any questions so far, please? The reason why there won't be question is that we are not following. Huh? Any question?
Next.
Eh?
Mr.
Okay.
Could you please go through the index and match again for us?
the index and the match. If you could please go over it again, sir. I think you were too fast showing that.
Okay. Okay. Right. This is the formula for index. Like I've said, right? I put that comment like, okay, this is what we have. Okay. The other time at the beginning, I said I have, let me see, if I delete this now, okay. So now at the beginning, I have name. In this place. Now, what was I trying to do? I said we are trying to, you have an ID. Maybe you have somebody's ID, right? And they ask you, right, who owns this information? Right? If they say who owns this information, MASH and index, they are also advanced way of doing VLOOKUP. Are we together? Mashing and indexing is another level of VLOOKUP, right? You know, VLOOKUP level, right? Maybe sometimes, like we have said, there is a way you do VLOOKUP, and if there is a line in between, right, you might not be able to get your values. But this one is going to look at the entire row and is going to look at entire column. So that is, and you say the best way we can do it is using this syntax, that you must have the array. First, anytime you want to do it, your syntax is that you must have the array table, right? The table, we are making you reference to this table at this point in time as the table from C to G, and we are looking at C3 to G12. If you look at this, this is C3 where you have the ID, right? Because you are making reference to the ID. So that is where you start counting. If it is the name, let's say for instance, if instead of having ID, it is the name that you have and you don't have maybe the ID, you will not start counting from where you have the ID. You have to start counting from where the name is. That means you have to carry the ID to the front of the name of the name. I don't know if you understand that. Now let me just say, we are making reference to ID here. The ID is the first column here. You can only get any information concerning this relative to this ID for the information in the front. For any information of the ID at the back, you cannot make reference to it. Do you get that? So if you are doing VLOOKUP, you cannot do VLOOKUP backwards. You can do it forwards. You cannot do HLOOKUP upward. You can do it downward. So anything you want to get, you must ensure that that information is in the front of your reference information. So if you are referencing ID, the information you want to get must be in front of the ID column. So if you are going to be referencing names, the information you are going to get must be in front of names. In that wise, let's say it is the name that you have. If it's the name that you have and you want to get the ID, you know that definitely with this table, you cannot do that. So you have to modify the table by copying the ID to the other side of that name. Are we good? Are we together? Right? So please note that. Then coming to the formula. Coming to the formula now. Just look at this syntax. It's saying that anything that you want to do, make reference, right? You are making reference to the array, when you make reference to that array, you make reference to this array table, right? When you make reference to that array table, then make reference to the array table. Then when you do that, then you now make reference to, here I put 19, but it should be 20. Sorry, it should be 20. You know, I was just doing that before. It should be 20. Maybe when I was writing the formula, right, it's 20 that I put there. You can see it's making reference to the 20 in other places. So, all right. So, what you do is that you do your, we say this is equals to index, right? And you open your brackets, then you do the array. The array is C3 from ID to, right, to 13. That is the, then we say comma, you go to match, it goes to match because that is what you want to match in that array. You open your, I'm still back fast now. Eh? Okay. 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 Because, yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Okay. Okay. So, what? Yeah. So, will you please, will we talk maybe by Monday, or we'll look at how we can arrange the training? Because these are complex things. Even the biggest one, many of us will find it difficult, right? So, okay, I should finish up this one. Have you done it? Which? No. The reason. No, you cannot use this. Don't use, if you are using this formula, if you are using this, if you want to copy this, let's just say you copy, if you type this in there, if you type it, you need to change this. Change this to 20. Yeah. No, that is why I want us to do it. It's not going to be correct. You need to change this one to 20, and you need to change this one to 21. Change this one to 20. Change this one to 21. Just copy now. But don't forget, do you start from C3? Do you start from B? Which one? Exactly. C. No. Yeah, it should be still. Do you understand? Because it actually should be D. This should be D. Because you are making reference to name. It should be D. D is making reference, you are making reference to D, to the name part. You understand? It should be D. I just use that as, right? Because you are looking, you are matching C, right? Which is this information with this D colon. No. See, you are matching this information, right? To return, you have to ensure that you define from here. You are looking at this. So this information here, right, should look up from the here. Anything you put there, it will make the reference to this row. So you can see it's going to be only one row. Here is going to be C2 to G2. C2 to G2. You are looking at the title stuff alone. Do you understand? You are looking at the title stuff alone here. But what are you looking at title stuff is information here. You are looking at the information here, right, on this title. Yeah, on C2 to G2. Okay, yeah. Okay, C3, yeah. C3 we are looking here, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that is what it's come out. Yeah, C3 we are looking at. Come out. It's something that we have to do like that. It's something that we do. Okay? So,
Is that
yes.
please, the formula.
Look at the formula. See, if you want to copy that formula now, all right? If you want to copy that formula, from that formula, change. If you have the same listen, change the match, right? That first match, right? Change it from C19. Change it from C19 to C20. Right? If you have the same information as I have, change it from C19 to C20.
I've done that.
Okay. That's C19 change to C20. Then the second match that is saying C20, change it to C21.
Yes. So the next C2 is what we don't understand.
Eh?
It's still supposed to be C3.
That's C3 to C12. Okay. The first match is saying match C20, comma C3 to C12, right? Or you can say C13 because that is where the 13 finished. Put it for C3 to C13, comma 0. Are we good? Now, because we are matching the ID colon, from there. You are looking at that C20, which is an ID to return anything, right? That is the first match. Now, the second match is to match it with anything on the subtitle that is referencing C20, 21 on this title. Whatever that is on C21, it will check on this title. That is what will be returned in this place. I don't know if you understand that. Can you get that? Can you check? Are we together?
We're checking, please.
So this formula now, just change it to C20. Okay, change this 20, then this one to C21.
And C2.
Eh?
What about
and then this one will be C3 because we are making reference to column to row 3 here. So you just have to change it to C3 to G3. That is where you are making reference to. If you copy this now, right? If you copy this and put here, let's say I delete this. If I copy and I say this is equals to, and I copy that formula and paste, it will return that same figure. Do you understand? Eh? If I copy that formula, I just want us to be, I don't want a situation where somebody will dub it. That's why I said we will do it together to understand the principle, right? How I got that. If I just put that as a syntax that people should just understand. Now, the advantage, because the second match now is looking at the title. So all the title, like I said, if I put team here now, because it's on the title, it will change the team of that person to this thing. If it is appraiser, if I put appraiser there, right? If I put appraiser there, it will change. Sorry, because of spelling. That's why we need to be very careful. Appraiser, you can see my praiser here is wrong. So okay. If I copy from, I say appraiser, I come here, I paste it, it will change, right? So let's just assume, right? Are we good now? So if I go to 26, If I go to, I copy 2652 because I was making reference to that 2652. So this one will become C. It will become C. What? I'm about to pick it now. Okay. Is that one? I still, yeah, I still picking it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because that one was not up to 13. I was trying to correct it. Right? I was trying to correct it this place to say it should be 13. Just 39. Right? So, madam, please, will we have to pick maybe what we do? We do one person per country, or we do country by country, so that we can have, right? So we can do the same thing. So myself and Uji will align maybe by Monday or Tuesday, so we'll be able to do that, right? And I wish every one of us all the best.
Please put your hands together for him. Okay. When I say that mastery takes time, it's not that easy, it's demanding. We have seen an example of it right now. Yes or no? Yes or no? Sometimes you see things that are really pushing. To master Excel takes time. It also means that you need to study. But you see, okay, let me tell you why I did it, my build up of my very presentation like that, so that you know that, yes, you must learn, you must seek knowledge, you have to study, but that's not it. You have to practice. You have to practice. Now, we say bring laptops out, we're there to ensure it's done, but you have to finally, you have to make sure that it's the right timing and all of that. And then you have to work at it. Sometimes there are some things that might not just, you have to do a lot of work. It's work. But when you do it over and over, you become a master. There are some people, okay, I work with Kazim a lot. So I see him preparing a lot of things, payroll, and I know that we have tried to buy software, and then most times the software don't work well. In Cote d'Ivoire, they are using software. And then Rachel, I said, okay, travel down. He got there, and he discovered that the software is actually paying more money out than it's supposed to be, because the software is general. But the way our clients work with us is specific. They use Excel. They don't use software. Huawei is not using software with you when they are dealing on money. They have their own software designed by them, and it's specific. It's not general. SCS and all that. But they still go back to Excel. You see, Excel is an input into their template. So that means for you to work, you need Excel. Actually, we can do our own payroll ourselves using Excel. So I've decided that, okay, we need to actually, I see my people struggling, Kazim spending hours paying over 1,300 people, and it's not once or twice or 3 times in a month. The HR people sending, it's a lot of data. A lot of data. Attendance report. You have to do a lot of data. So also everybody, like this chairman now of ROGS boarding house, he's going to deal with a lot of data. A lot of data. In actual fact, he now lives. There's a room specially made for them, and it's because of them I want to actually rebrand that lounge. People have been telling me, don't give them TV. How can I put my people there and I don't give them TV? Not those in Elijah. Oh. Because the ladies brought a list. I told them. Wait. What will happen? Hold on. Knock management. You know when I say ROGS knock management, decide it, plan. We want to actually put bunkers there. When I'm spending some money, once I get money, we'll put bunk. Because when I pass there this morning, I see them putting mattresses on the floor. I don't like it. I don't like it. And the mattress, they're spoiling it as they put it on the floor. And then sometimes we have to go and dry the mattress like they will on it, but I know it's not because water got in. AC water and other things, And then every time you see my people carry mattress and put on top of vehicles outside, and then it makes the compound look so local. It makes us look one kind. So, house master, Rachel, it's Rachel that went to promise them all. Promise them heaven and beautiful thing. But I said I didn't consult with. It was Ungozi and Kayode. When their team, they came on inspection. They came for a meeting. And then they went to inspect. When they saw the thing, they came and said, we told you not to give them this one. Because said, no, I told you, remove everything. Oh yeah, let's remove everything. They should remove those. They are spoiling everything. Somebody take a TV, cut the wire, power cable, cut it. And then I connected one wire like this, one wire like that. For what now? I don't know. There's even socket there for your inverter. So why would cut wire out? Is it I want to blow the TV by connecting it together? I'm just wondering. Why would somebody, I've never seen it, the power cable. Then the person will connect cable, something out. And now, for what? I said, please remove the TV before they blow it. That was why we removed those things. Yes. So we should not give them, instead, look how to give them table tennis, snooker ball. And that's what they need. That's what they need. But you can put some of our old couches. Hold on now, one house. Oh, Rachel. These are people should go and talk to. They are the people. Go and talk to them. She's a welfare officer. She like to do philanthropic this thing. So, but I don't want to do something, then the people start stressing us. Then they blow it. Someone is running up and down. Because right now he's in charge of this building. I've removed the stress of managing the building from, PA people. It is some admin department. That ballhead is not for nothing. Hey. Okay. All right. South Africa, you are supposed to go and join from home because you are ahead with 1 hour. And then that premises is quiet now. The premise, if you drop a pin, it's quiet now. Please, for security, you need to. And also, that's our street. So go home and join. So in the next few minutes, we'll have our dinner. We're going to have our dinner early, and then we'll come back so that we can close early. I want to push if we can close 9:30. Those who want to stay behind can stay, but give them sweet. No. They are going to eat now. Why do you want to give them sweet? Give them sweet later. I'm finished. I'm not going to talk. There's time in the evening. During the award. Don't worry. I have taken it from her. This is part of my award. No, not now. We can't do award now. We have to eat. The reason why you cannot do award now, South Africa people are driving back to their houses. Then people need to also go and eat supper. See, you must have a global outlook. You must have a global outlook, please. Many times, hold on, please. Can I have what is happening there? Many times when people are doing program here, you don't ever remember that there are 6 other countries that are joining you. Sometimes, can I say this to you? It's lonely out there. Hey, stop folding. There's a time for it. There's time for it. Sometimes it's lonely out there. For example, what's my lady in Togo? Philomena. She's there alone. She's there alone. So they need all of these interactions to have it. That's why I've told them, please approve money for them. Let them buy Hisense smart TV. This week, they should buy it. For Benin, for Togo, let them have it. You can see how Modesta prepared for this. She's alone in her office. And they are doing one festival, fetish festival during this thing. They can't go out. They can't go out. And so they can't go out. So they are doing. And so when this kind of program comes, they need to hear. That's why we've invested in those equipment. If you mess it up, Kazi know where to debit. There was one during our end of year party. You can see how they got me. The guy was just working. One man, I can't the man be walking like this. He just scattered the fiber cable, just scatter it, and it's 100K. I tell him, say don't buy them. They wanted to repair it, they can't repair it. They say it's fiber, it's gone, 100K. Just one scatter, just scatter it. So this time, they gum everything to the ground. So you can see how they have. It took them how many days to prepare this place? It has, but it's paying off because the sound is clear. People are hearing well, apart from some few things, coming from mastery, team from Kespo and Co. Maybe the wife didn't rub the head well, so he came and then was just doing this thing. You are the cause. Anything, and the woman they always cause everything for man. Okay. So anyway, I'm just troubling you. Don't worry, I'm not the cause. So please, when we are having a program like this, now you can see how ROGS Guinea is looking. So the only way you can encourage them is to engage them in such a program. Do you understand me? Please. You must have them in your perspective in what you are doing. Now, back to the Excel something. So we are going to hear me, and please, HR, you are in charge of this because this is internal. Okay, this is training. We have to categorize. Akinola, please don't rush away. I know you are rushing. Don't wait till Monday. We need to categorize the level of Excel training we need. It's not everybody that needs this advance. This advance you are teaching, they need it. Kazim need it. Rachel need it. Ungozi need it. I don't know yet. He's not using it. I work with them. When I say bring your laptop and the project, I know, okay. Then I remember I have seen this and I read about it and I see it and I see a lot and I see bombarded on me through LinkedIn. It was my LinkedIn profile that already hacked that thing. I stopped paying for premium. So I don't know. They left my profile empty. Somebody want to put his picture there. But we'll remove it. I'll pay now. I'll pay and then we'll remove his picture. Okay. Now, the thing is, so we will categorize. So please don't run away. Let her know your level. Everybody has level. Payme has a level, Abi. You should have your own level, Abi. Belumi has his level, Abi. Don't put your eye down. You have your level. But like my guy don't need Excel. He doesn't need it. Zibai needs a certain level just because his data for vehicle maintenance and all of that, he needs a certain level. He shouldn't use Word to process and bring. Somewhere needs it. To manage all of this property here, you need it. Headmaster, housemaster, He needs it. Because I've told him that he must drop a list at the gate there and what they must do here and here. One night, Ngozi was calling me, I think I was in South Africa, coming to eject somebody that should not be here. And it's your responsibility to do that. Because she came here, you know. So Annie needs it more than any other person. The surveillance people, they need them. You need to upgrade yourself because you people are supposed to give record to Upelumi and Co when they come in the morning. And it must be in Excel. How many people were around? What time did they come in? Yes, we have this thing that is storing it. But you must have your own report. They see who come, who were around, and all those, how many people were sleeping on duty? In the night. How many people were loafing up and down, sleeping on that chair, on that table? How many people were really doing their job? You police everybody. You understand me? Surveillance. Surveillance is what? You are surveilling the people who are surveilling inside. Our F4 are surveillance now, But we have these people now who are meant to survey to ensure that they are doing what they are supposed to do in the night. Because we are not there. And our business in North is 24/7. So you must know it. Those coppers among us, you need to know it. Oh, this is your pathway to life. But Agatha don't need it. So that's why we will categorize everybody. Outside the country, your level of Excel, please, I don't know. As I was excited hearing people asking things from Côte d'Ivoire. But Burkina Faso, I didn't hear anything. And all these countries, people are preparing payroll. You all need it. Don't you prepare payroll in Benin? So, I don't know. Rachel, Emeka, you people will relate to categorize those outside. So that what I want us to do is to arrange different classes for various people. You cannot miss your class. There'll be penalty too. I want to, yes, mastery is supposed to come from you. But because the company needs us to know it, we will now make it compulsory. Then if there's any online material, they will find out between Kayode and Uyi. Thank God we also have a YouTube channel now. We can actually go and transmit it, and we can restrict it. No, they already moved. I've asked them to on their way, because there now it's dark, So no, it's not. And it's online, but on his phone or on his laptop. So, but not in the office. Rutotech SC is the one that's the office. But when they're on their name, that means they've gone home, or they're on their way home. He's going to drive all the way from Midrand to Pretoria. That's about 30-something to 40-something minutes drive. Sometimes there's traffic, it can be an hour. Okay. So we want to arrange it. So you must register for your class before you leave today. What did I say? For those outside, please, Rachel and Emeka. So during dinner like this, register for your class. So I don't know how to class people, and I don't know, so please coordinate the thing so that by Monday we'll have a timetable. We are not going to have, they are very busy with work and meetings. They are not going to have it every day. Nah, no. Maybe once a week. Maybe this week 1, it might be so and so number of class. Even this man used to teach some people now. He also teach some people. He also teach, And that's one of the good things. Apart from being billing, he has to teaching, and making, teach a lot. And then there are new people now. You need to arrange induction for them. Hey, look at me, induction, training. They need to know everything, our culture, everything, and all. They need to from Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. Is this man is still handing over where he is, so he's the one delaying them. So you don't have two people, maybe. So arrange induction training. So we're going to categorize them, and then we'll arrange training. But please, Excel is needed by almost everybody, because we do payroll. We handle a lot of money issue that have to do with resources. Pay slips in all the countries. We use Excel to do it. because I've also discovered that the one we pay software for is not really giving us what we want. In Cote d'Ivoire, pay slips in all the countries. Even Bella was saying that, oh, you can, it's only pay slip she's not doing. She know how to do the pay slip and do all of this. And she, by now, she actually should not be like what we did in Cote d'Ivoire. Vanessa actually moved to the office to assist in HR work, because you can't come in as Lizen and be Lizen year 1, year 2, year 3. You must grow. No, now for that fresh person to come, then you should move up the ladder. That's the truth. I hope I didn't ask Cote d'Ivoire. I hope what's the name of this lady that went on? I hope she has resumed. Grace.
Monday, sir.
When I was traveling from the airport, I thought I saw somebody like her, but the face looked one kind. I said, no, it cannot be Grace, because Grace said she was going to go by road. All right. So, as Vanessa has stepped up, Vanessa met, Bella had been there even before Vanessa took on. So why is she in Guinea? So she needs to stop going to somebody, a younger person or a lower should take over. And then she should move up and take bigger responsibility. Do you understand me? She should take on bigger responsibility. She can go to Huawei once in a while, but not that she should be doing that same job that she was hired from the very beginning. No, she grows. Bella, I hope you are hearing me. You should grow. You should grow. You should grow. You should grow now. Okay, let's look at it. When Pelumi joined, they were working, he grew. Now he's managing. She should grow. She needs to move up. And Oga General Manager, that is your responsibility. To restructure. We grow the system. You have people to work with. The finance team, they are there to work with you. You're not an island. Work with them, sit down, put heads together, and see how to restructure the place along with the head of operations in those countries, and then grow the system. Grow the system. Let's render better service this year to our client. Let them see something different about our service. Let them see something about our uniqueness. Okay? It is even wrong that somebody will stay on one desk for 2 years, 3 years. It's not good. You understand me? You understand? So please, let's do something. Give some people new challenges. Give Annie some new challenges. Give her a bigger responsibility. Annie has been with us now for how many years? By now, she needs to do more. More. Sarah is doing more. She was CUG mama. Now she has taken on. We have added some other things to her, in charge of being the assistant, house master for all the ladies who stay in these premises. More responsibility, administrative responsibility, supervising people. Why should Ngozi be driving in the night to come and solve problem here when Sarah is here? It is for us to reorganize and restructure and make sure things run well. Okay? All right. So please, the various management, let's take this year. The essence of choosing this theme is that we want to become better in what we do. We have said our vision is what? If I ask how many of us now, we don't know our vision and mission statement. That's why you see, the first time we are putting it, it has been here at the middle for everybody to see. What's our vision? To be the reference point in efficient service delivery practices. Everybody say it together. In all the countries, can you tell us what is our vision? Cote d'Ivoire, tell me, what is our vision? Just to be the reference point. Finish. Hey, reference point. Reference point for what?
Inefficient service delivery practices.
Hey.
To be the reference point in efficient service delivery practices, sir.
To be the reference point in efficient service delivery practices. We are in a service delivery, business. We deliver service. We are rendering service. We are managing people. We are training people. We are deploying people. But we want to be the reference point. But can a mediocre be a reference point? Answer me yes or no. You cannot be, a reference point when you are working to, say anything you just accept. To be a reference point means you are up there. That's why we are doing what we are doing. We are learning how to be efficient, how to, master it. You should be a master. Like I said, if you are driving, be a master. The guy is trying. When he's driving, I sleep. I won't mention the rest because I want them to also be master it. Somewhere, master it, master. Everybody becomes a master. That's why we talk to everybody. Everybody here become a master. Wesley, Master Wesley. Sonia, Master. Sonia, you are a master. Whether you are a woman or not, master. Kwemi, Master Akpoyuware, Master Paul Akpoyuware. It's not only to carry cross, but carry this cross of the world. Master Samuel, Master. It should ring in our system and our DNA. I want to become a master. Until you become a master, you cannot give up. You can't relax. Inefficient service delivery. Be a master in efficient service delivery. Let me tell your neighbor, say, be a master in efficient service delivery. Yes. Blessing. Be a master and teach your people to be master in efficient HRO service delivery. Dare, be a master in managing logistics and the facilities. We are taking over the business of running that building. You are going to build the work. All that one you are doing smell like Sister Dare. You better wake up. Dare, wake up.
No.
Dare, wake up. This year, efficient service delivery. Dominic was like Sister Dominic before. He was very quiet. In Senegal, I was shouting. Then we had to deploy him back to Abidjan. And I'm so amazed when I saw he's walking now. He's walking. I said, wow, he has improved. All those timidity, fear, sheepishly, he has pushed them off. He's polishing himself. And he's just starting. He better move it. Fire in your bone. Fire it out. Then he put down his coat. Efficient service delivery. Efficient service delivery. Every one of us, Annie, efficient service delivery. Okay? That is what I want to drive us into as we talk this year, as we walk this year. We walk the talk. We walk the talk. We walk the talk. Faith, efficient service delivery. Paulina, efficient service delivery. Even though you are entering your honeymoon year. Efficient. As you are sleeping, as you wake up, efficient service delivery. Oh, in fact, you should wake up. I'm rushing to the office. Rushing to the office. You are rushing to the office. Not like a destica. Some of you come very late. You need to wake up yourself. Let me not mention name. Efficient service delivery. Everybody say efficient service delivery. It should run in our DNA. Efficient service delivery. To provide, be a reference point. Then the mission statement is what? To provide world-class service at competitive prices to our clients. The first thing is actually the first one I want you to bother yourself with. World-class service. World-class. ROGS, world-class service. So, Paul, are you a world-class provider? Belumi, world-class provider? Onie, Iyola, work. Why do I want to give you another person's name? Mary, the mother of Jesus. World class service. World class. You should be world class. When you dress, world class. When the service you are rendering should be world class. ROGS is a world class. You see, that's why when we're branding ourselves, we say ROGS worldwide. World class. Worldwide. And the ROGS is Rutotech Global Services. That's what it actually means. Rutotech Global Service. The global service. Global services. World class. World class service at competitive prices to our clients. Then our core business, you know them. So every staff should be able to know the vision and the mission statement of ROGS. Vision and mission statement. If I tell you, take your phone now, if I tell them to turn this thing away and I ask you to test it to me, can you? The vision and the mission. Very simple. But it's also not what we just test. It's something that should run in our DNA. So as we prepare for the award ceremony, it's going to be a world-class award ceremony. So you are going to eat, and in 45 minutes, you come back, or 30 minutes, because I know you take 30. If I tell 45 minutes, you make it 1 hour. So I give you 30 minutes. So you go and eat, and then please, we convene back here by 6 p.m. By 6 p.m. for the award ceremony. Okay? So that at least by 8:30 we will close. All right. We can close by 8:30. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Enjoy your meal. All right then.